Hello, Scorpio, to another timeless love variant reading. It is an honor to continue reading for everyone, and hopefully by this time I'll be able to crack up a bit more content here for all, as life has slowly started to stabilize itself. All right. Now, in this case, the love variant reading wants to cover whatever wants to come up will be talked about. All right. Sometimes it doesn't get very entertaining as of yet lately. All right. It's very monotonous, very deep, very personal. Okay. Just remember, it's not a personal reading. It is a collective reading. So take everything as it may resonate with you. Feminine, masculine energy, or non-gender specific. And use your discernment, again, to take any past, present, and future energetical stories that may be yours. All right, Scorpio. I mean, let's see. Fatal attraction. Fatal attraction. It's for some of y'all. Other than that, it's like, for some of y'all, it feels like too late. Wherever that may hit home. Something having to do with love, though. So most likely be more of an emotional relationship with someone of some kind. Something's telling me they'll spark a candle. So, I mean, Scorpio, you have a lot of power, and your higher self wants you to take spirituality a bit more seriously. For those of you who have not dabbled with it lately, spirituality does not mean theology in any way that it's religious. Okay, it doesn't ask you to dance naked in the grass in order to be one with nature. All right, spirituality is just to take a notion within yourself that never gets attention from anyone because it doesn't know how to communicate to anyone, but it knows how to communicate something with you more seriously. That, whatever that is, okay? Whether it's you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. And if you want to explore further, obviously there are details. If you want to connect with me, you will know if you will want to in your mind's eye. And the description can be found in the ways to connect with me can be found in the description box below. Sorry, that wasn't very cute. But yes, so please know that I'm a master healer, and the ways that I read and can offer services via tarot or my sole proprietor ownership of 𝗖𝘀𝗵𝗺𝗽. Yeah, information is below and all that jazz. All right, let's get crack-a-lackin' in your reading, Scorpio. I remember from the readings like a couple months ago, whatever. It was just so fun reading for you, and I can tell it's gonna be fun yet again. It's just nice and flamey and passionate and just, you know what's up. You know what's up. There are ancient souls out there through Scorpionic energy wanting to emerge and set themselves afoot into the light of things. All right. That is miles and years beyond the time of Piscean energy, because Piscean energy still has a fucking hard time stepping into the goddamn light. I mean, these fishes may never in the theology of where it means to be a fish and be underwater, but at the same time, we have the Atlantic Ocean that is deep as fucking can't see shit. And then you have some Caribbean Ocean where you can pretty much float in the middle of it and look down and like, oh shit, there's like, wow, this is clear, I can see, and there's fish, I can see them too. Like, perspective. But there is a lot of y'all who want to step out into the richness of never, ever, 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 ever taking shit from anyone else again. Ever diminishing your worth from any corporation or work, no matter how small your bank account might look because of that. knowing or that knowledge. Like, you are learning not to bend your back threefold if you are not getting compliments, accolades of achievements, attention, promotion your way. It just won't happen. All right. And most of you have also started learning this journey because you're working for yourselves a bit more, or working with a smaller knit of community of people where it's not necessarily too much of an ego war, but the fact that everybody wants to heal at the same time and doesn't really know how to speak their truth at the same time is the reverse aspect of an ego war. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to hear these stories anymore. I'm done. Shh, shut up. Everybody just be quiet, go home, or can we just sit here in silence and just enjoy each other's company? Like, I don't want to talk so much anymore. And that's where I think you are a little bit for yourselves, all right? You don't really want to talk a shit ton anymore. You want to be in a room with 1 million people and maybe know what it's like to share a room with 1 million people quietly. Like, what would that even look like? Small talk out the window, down the fucking trash pipe, and you're like, oh God, the sense of relief. I don't have to do small talk anymore. Not even with my friends. Like, that's the hardest, I think, for you right now, to kind of understand what it means to have friends. Using the word friends to term them as such too, as people that are predominantly in your everyday. Yet at the same time, the word friend is like, oof. It wants to have a heavier definition than whatever, quote unquote, that is. All right, so you're figuring it out. Which is great. It's great to see. I feel like I can chat away and never need cards for you. Probably one day I will do that. Just kind of like, but I also see that there's nothing happening on the screen, so maybe I'll board. I don't know. But I'm gonna get to pull in some cards. I'm gonna do it. I feel like with y'all I can have some fun. You know, if I had like a mini Ouija board. Ooh! Ow! Oh man, 2, 2, and 6. In February 2nd. In February, on the 2nd at 6 p.m. Somewhere I'll be like, ooh, let me mark that calendar. I don't know. Okay. Scorpio, what do you want to say? Control. Oh yeah, y'all are the little bit control freaks. That is true. Y'all are sexy about that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit sexy about it. And y'all like to be in control, but at the same time, you're driving other people that you're controlling absolutely nuts. And it's like, slow down, Scorpio. Like, we get it. You're the boss, but like... All right, 2 of Cups, relationships. Like I said, the emotional part, it needs to be understood through where people take up space in your life, and everything and everyone is included in that. So that's why the 2 of Cups, I think, is also coming in. Some of y'all in a relationship are looking for more independence with the Queen of Swords here. And a King of Pentacles also makes it very difficult to leave that relationship in any form or way, because there's a security bond or a bond made out of security happening at this time. So leaving this connection would be like not smart, because you would lose out security. You lose out on the independency that you've worked on for so long. This is an interesting, like, duality of a relationship, for sure. Because it can also mean your state of sense of self here and how you bring yourself to relationship. You like overall control. I didn't even realize, like, I put the card of control back in the deck. Ultimately, you are someone who takes yourself seriously and wanting to understand independency, and a lot of your life has kind of naturally made itself known for you that independency is your forte. And because of that, some of you have also attracted a very secure partner that appreciates that about you, because that's where you fill a void within them without you really maybe knowing. But at the same time, it's kind of like how you two met or will be meeting. This is something that's timelessly will be understood or not. But this is definitely somewhat of a likeness here. A little bit of a likeness. One is in your face, the other one's kind of like sitting in the back and not really talked about. Not really having a chance to explore or voice themselves. But there is a likeness here. Someone sees you as their sunshine, and then you see them as their moon, as the moonlight. Someone who really illuminates your darkness in moments of time. And this could also just be an innocent person that has come across in your life where you thought you were contingent into like, all right, nothing else can come into my life and like evoke something new within me. And you have everything like checked off. You like family, car, like the accolades of what it means to be an adult functioning person. You probably have a lot of those check marks like boxed off. But then you look at life and the timeline of life and where it's supposed to like take you, and you're like, yet I feel that there's still more to explore with other people. Like, I'm down to love and be devoted to one, yet at the same time, there's so many fish in the sea and in the air and in the atmosphere of like wanting to explore kinship with other people outside of my partnership. And how is the best way that I can do this without hurting the harmony within my relationship, and also not keeping it a secret? Not for it to be sexual, but it to be functional. How can this King of Pentacles master that? It's like a new game for the Scorpio. It's kind of sexy, you know, because it's like, it's one thing to know that you can have sex with someone, but it's another thing to know that you don't have to have sex with them in order to love them just the same. Now that, my friends, that's respect. All right, Five of Pentacles, insecurity here. Interesting. Well, security and insecurity comes up, all right? It's because relationships make you a bit insecure at this time. Even if you're partnered up or not, this is about the relationship you have with yourself, all right? Charisma. And the Queen of Wands, as well as the Queen of Swords here, is willing and ready to explore, all right? There is, yes, a polyamorous relationship here on the table. Nothing wrong with that, all right? However, if there is an imbalance of certain information being shared by one individual that needs to be shared with every individual, and it's not being shared by every individual, then you will lose structure. You will lose control. You will lose a sense of ability to secure this. Okay, it's not easy to master 1 + 1 and another +1. All right, but y'all want to keep playing the game like you want to master everything. So, okay, cool, play along. Get your pawns out and your palsies out. All right. But understand consent, understand yes and no, understand right from wrong, and understand from obstacles. I mean, this is experience, y'all. Like, y'all have to understand, like, going in, going out, what the possible variables are. You know, if you're in it for so long and it doesn't work out, then you need to leave. If you're leaving every time and never giving one the full variation of the attention that you can give, well, then you're wasting both of y'all's time. Like, the King of Pentacles will make sure in this reading that you figure everything out before you execute anything, because the King of Pentacles will not spring into action until everything makes fucking sense. King of Cups. Wow, support. Very interesting. Very like hands-on, like orgy kind of feeling here, all right? Because there's a state of innocence a person has, and they just need to be around a lot of people in order to get touched and physical sensation of security of their whole flesh being accepted by others, all right? And that's a whole immersive sensory experience for some individuals, that they need to throw themselves into others, and that's completely fine. It's completely fine as long as everything going in and throughout and without is done as much as possible with functionality in mind here, okay? And if the Queen of Swords comes into the variable being the Queen of Swords that she is, if the King of Pentacles comes into the variables of the King of Pentacles as he or she is, if the Queen of Wands comes into the variable as he or she wants to be the Queen of Wands and is, and as well as the King of Cups comes into the variable as he or she wants it to be, then everything's going to be fine because everyone's playing their due part. The only tiny little bit of an issue here is that everyone's being a little bit selfish about this. It's one thing to say, shh, heal your inner self and make sure everything aligns within. And then opening up your eyes and then realizing that, oh shit, there's responsibility that comes with that. There's things I have to communicate or maybe be a bit more clear about, or like just things to kind of state so that everyone's kind of on the same page or as close to the same page as possible. Like, this requires work. That's where it may get a little bit difficult. But then again, I mean, don't you want this type of thing? I mean, something is desirable here. Whether it's insecurity taking you in that direction, you're still saying to the universe, I still want to explore. So, Ace of Swords, understanding. I still want to explore. I still want to understand this. I still want to understand why I can be in a loving, doting relationship and see the eyes of another and feel some type of way. And not want it to be a sexual kind of thing, but I want to know what that is. Ether, please explain this to me. And that's where I think some of you are kind of like trying to understand how multifaceted the area of relating with another person or people can be. Very interesting. This is going to be a very, very interesting year for some of y'all. The next 365 days. The next leap year could be another also importance for some. I don't know when the leap year is supposed to happen. I feel like it hasn't happened like in like decades, but whatever. I don't know what year the next leap year is, but whatever that is, it's gonna be. Yo, how many hands are gonna be in this fucking reading? Queen of Cups now too? I mean, what the fuck? This is not just all your energy, all right? This is like that person over there, the neighbor around the corner, the neighbor on the 5th floor, the neighbor you don't know is your neighbor in the future. This is your whole astrological chart, your personality here, all right? Your AM mood, your PM mood, your hangry mood, your you hadn't had sex in a long time mood. Like, there's so many identities being like, yo, I have an opinion and I want to be fucking heard. And until we're all listened to, we're going to make this shit chaotic as fuck. Shit. How many people do you need around you in order to get your own understanding? Jesus. Seriously, y'all? 3 queens and 2 kings? And y'all are like, who is it? Who? Is he or she around the corner? For those of you who are single, are they coming? Is it him? I don't know, is it you? Oh, I'm sorry. I am a bit sorry. I don't want to be petty. then I am petty. I mean, you know. Oh. And of course the Seven of Cups comes out. Delusion. Thank you, Ether, for just helping prove the fact that this is just way too many hands on deck. I mean, it's just too many. Y'all, in theory, want it to work. And in practicality, it can work. The world is very linear. Input this, output that. If you have chaos, you need to look a little bit closer at what you put in, so that what the outcome isn't going to be as ugly as you wanted it to be. Like, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to understand the complexities of the world and not be judged for oversimplifying it at one point. Like, how dare they? How dare the people say, like, you're oversimplifying it? Oh, yeah? Am I? Am I oversimplifying it? Shit. Anyway. All right. I can't do these readings so long, you guys. I can't. I mean, to upload readings. I still have yet to get my shit together with all these 5G energies. All right. 5 of Pentacles. Scorpio, listen, I said in the beginning of the reading, it is always a pleasure to read for y'all, all right? Now, this is because it is. All right? You're ironically being labeled as a water sign. Not so true. All right, Scorpio's goes is ancient. It's like so fucking ancient. It's like the Scorpio was in water and it's traversing over the desert. Right? It's y'all have some power, and it's kind of like best not to get in y'all's way. Like, it really isn't. But you need to stop pretending that your life can be achieved vicariously through others. No, these people are getting things from you. They're getting their Ace of Swords of truth of understanding from you. Where you and all this, you're the Ace of Swords. You're not the Queen of Swords anymore, the Queen of Wands, the King of blah, 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 blah. You're none of those. You're the Ace of Swords. You're the Ace of Swords is bringing this reality to the hearts of other people, and you're over here like, I have to satisfy this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. And meanwhile, none of those people are actually turning around and being like, hey, psst, you, what do you need? And now some of you are like, huh, oh, fair point. These readings can go bonkers, all right? They can go stretch from one story, hobble over to another story, go back to the beginning story, go in the middle, come up with a whole fucking different story. It's a reading, all right? We have 9 of Cups, and the King of Stones, King of Swords here. All right, this is absolutely gorgeous. All right, listen. I just said to you that you are the Ace of Swords. All right, you're not the King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, King of Cups, the Queen of Cups. On this table, as far along we read into this reading, you were aspects of these energies, but to the point where I brought that up, you were none of those energies, okay? As you are the one taking in, being took in. You're being took in by all these individuals as their own versions of Ace of Swords. You bring a sense of fulfillment to their lives that is bringing delusion into your world. And as you understand slowly and surely what it means to close some cycles and begin others and quote unquote cut the cords of responsibility, will you leave yourself room to be and become the King of Stones? In this deck, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond, King of Stones is the King of Swords. Okay? You are the King of Swords. You are the King of air magic. 7th is air magic. We cannot deliver anything of ourselves without delivering the truth of breath of air or silence of the making. throat chakra is where the magic begins and ends for manifestations. External ones, that is. Okay, so King of Stones is here to say, ladies and gentlemen, I see that you've been taking from me this whole fucking entire time. And you will be greatly fooled to think that I feel emotionally deprived by you taking my energy. But let's not mistaken that I see you take my energies. And I deserve some accolades back for making you rich off of my energies. The King of Swords will lay down the law of justice for him or herself in order for those minor laws and order for thyself are operating with content with however many want to involve their lives with yours. You like a room full. You don't shy away from socializing. That's completely okay. But what you will not make amends with are those people who will rob you of your spirituality. And that, my friend, is what you're working on right now. And that is beautiful to see. I see you working with someone who will understand how to allow you to maneuver in your energies of frequency, whether that's a master of some kind, or someone that is just professional and teaching you a different perspective of what life has. Ace of Vials. Yeah, look at that. I said that last little cup, the thing needs to be fulfilled so that way you understand that all these individuals are actually getting their energy from you. Once you understand that, you've mastered that one lesson that has now been able to then finally be sealed so that you can finally be like, oh my God, a cycle is ending and a new one is beginning. And I can reap the rewards of controlling that a little bit more. Some of you are working on healing yourself. Beautiful. Some of you are actually also going to reach out to me for healing sessions. Some of you I probably already am working on. I only work remotely, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't matter where you are. Nine of I always want to say swords. Although I know they're not swords. The stones are swords. And these are shards. My accent wants to come through in this word. Also, the word sword was a very hard word for me to say. I don't know why I'm sharing this. Anyway, 9 of shards. 9 of wands energy. Your spiritual self. Whoo! Ladies and gentlemen, is on fire. We on fire. We on fire. Page of gems. All right, no, I'm just being silly. All right, you're being very. You're taking yourself very seriously. Your understanding shit has been serious, but at the same time, as life however life has been serious. You are also very good at not taking it very seriously, okay? You know what you want at the end of the day. You know where to aim and how to get you to where you want to go. You are not shy whatsoever. You want to play shy. You want to pretend you're shy. You may want to hint at the fact that you may be a little bit shy. But you are not shy. There is nothing about Scorpio energies that's fucking shy, y'all. All right? Because y'all come into the social game and y'all is just like, back up. get your dusty claws off me kind of energy. Very touchy, very feely. I love that. I love that as a human being, seeing that individuals, all right? Fuck this 6 foot distance shit. Like, everyone wants to sterilize themselves from the mass to fucking dumbing themselves down and not understanding the deeper inner journeys of life. Like, whatever. Let them get lost, all right? However, whom is not going to get lost is you, Scorpio. You're just not. And it's very wonderful to see. And you're figuring it out. You're figuring it the fuck out. Whatever questions you have, lock it up, secure it, put it in a vial, stow it away, put it in the fucking shelf, and wait. Just wait. And shit will make sense. And that's all I will say. That's all I will say at this time. More readings are to come. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.